Welcome back, everybody. This is another episode of BMBA, Boss Moves with Business Acumen. I'm Charles. I have one of my co-hosts, my main guy, my investor, my partner, Moses. What's up, Mo?
What's good? What's good, Charles? How you living, bruh?
Man, everything is good. Everything is going well. I'm particularly happy because, our investment group is right at the cusp of a new investment. We won't talk too much about it, but, I'm feeling good about that. Some property, a business. So,
exciting times.
Exciting times, my brother. Also exciting times because today we get to do another stimulus check update. Now, we did one of these a little while ago for that first stimulus check. And now we're coming through for the people with another stimulus update because we about to get another stimulus check.
Money, 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 money.
Yeah, man, I'm not going to turn it down. So there's an article talking about it, Forbes article. I'm just going to read the title here and read a little bit of it, if you don't mind, sir.
No, go right ahead, brother.
Okay. The article says, confirmed. Second stimulus check proposal of $1,200 per American earning up to $75,000. The subject of a second stimulus check has been on the minds of many Americans for months until today. We only had half of the puzzle. In May, the House of Representatives passed the HEROES Act. It created a second stimulus check for $1,200 for Americans earning less than $75,000 a year, plus an additional $1,200 per dependent, up to 3. In many ways, it was very similar to the CARES Act, but it has yet to move within the Senate due to its high cost. But back then, many Republicans were against the idea of a second check. Given the recent economic developments and the resurgence of the pandemic in many areas, there's a greater appetite for the economic assistance. For weeks, Senate Leader Mitch McConnell has worked with Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin on a package, but have yet to see the full details. We only knew that Republicans do not want a bill that's as expensive as the HEROES Act, which weighs in at around $3 trillion. Well, on Tuesday, McConnell took to the Senate floor and delivered an address in which he confirmed a stimulus check that will be included in the next bill. I'm going to stop right there. There's something that I noticed right away that I didn't notice before.
What's that?
So it says that the amount of the second stimulus check is $1,200, but I don't know if this is a typo, for Americans earning less than $75,000 a year, but plus an additional $1,200 per dependent, up to 3 dependents.
That's big. That's big.
So are you telling me $1,200 plus $1,200 per dependent?
Now, I know that they were at least talking about, like, if you have kids in college, getting that same amount of $1,200. I don't know if it's a certain age or not, but I think if we read further, if we look down into the article further, it says the dependent children under the age of 17 years old you get $500.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. Okay,
gotcha.
Yeah, that's right, down the bottom. Okay, yeah, so, I was about to be feeling real good. That
sounded too good to be true.
Too kids, good. Sir.
I'm like, I need to adopt some kids right away in college.
Basically, let's get that paperwork done, right? But what do you think about that, Mo? I mean, another stimulus check, one of the few things that have gone right during this presidency. But
you're right.
But as a result of something that's very wrong, and a lot of people think it's as a result of the non-action of this administration that we have the coronavirus flourishing the way it is in the first place. But kind of like dropping something and then catching it before it hits the ground, and then talking about how tight you are, but you knocked it over.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Anyway.
No, I think it's a good move. I mean, it's a good move on the behalf of this administration. We need another stimulus. We need something to get the economy going. But just to be honest with you, the economy is really not going to pick up until we get rid of this coronavirus. It's not going to move the way it's supposed to move until we get rid of the coronavirus. But this is helping people who are out of work, receiving less hours at work, what have you. But I think a lot of people are praising this administration on giving out money when in actuality this is really taxpayers' money that they're giving back to taxpayers.
Anyway.
Let's be real. We pay the government for it to run, so they're giving back money that belongs to us already. But I don't want to go too deep into that.
No, I think that's a great point. People, they get lost on that. It's like it's such a normal thing for the government to take your money.
Yes.
That when they give it back to you, you feel like it's a gift.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Just like these refund checks. People think
that's
refund
wild.
checks. Ooh, oh man, my refund check was this. I'm like, hey, that's almost your fault that your refund check was that. You could have had that money in your bank account and making interest off of that money. Instead, you allow the government to make interest off of your money for you. For them.
And then make you do the work to file to get it.
Exactly. And if you don't file correctly, you may not get all of your money, if any at all. So
that's true.
That
is very true.
That's true, bro. That's true. I mean, I'm not sure how people think the government makes money. They say that they work for the people. They work for us, so we pay their salaries. Everybody knows we pay their salaries. They're not coming up with money out of thin air. This is, taxpayers' money. They're giving right back to taxpayers.
I don't know. We are paying their salaries. We are giving the government money. However, I do have to tell you that they are making money out of thin air too, though.
That's true.
On top of the money they get from us, they're making money out of thin air. Yes. But something else interesting, like that. You know it. Yeah. But something else interesting about this second stimulus check is the fact that there was a lot of talk after the first, or before the first and after the first stimulus check, about we got to somehow get to my favorite subject, digital currency. They were talking a lot, and if you remember in our conversation, we talked about this the first time. They were talking about creating a digital dollar in order to bank the unbanked, to get people, because about 40% of people didn't get their stimulus check last time. I don't know if you know that. I think we might have talked about that. About 40%.
Yeah.
So the way that they were talking about alleviating that is creating a digital dollar, giving every American a digital wallet from the Treasury, and putting their digital, stimulus check in it, which would, kind of be like a central bank digital currency.
Right.
So that's very interesting too. They haven't mentioned that. That was supposed to be in the new bill. No one's mentioned it yet. That might be after they've agreed on the amount, which is probably like right now they're kind of agreeing on the amount. That after they make it official on Monday, if they're going to do that, that's when they're going to start talking about it. And I think that'll be very interesting. The fact that of all the developments about digital currency that has happened this week. And I'll let people do their own research on that. I don't want to bog down this conversation with digital currency because, I'll go on and on about it. But I really will. But do your own research. A lot happened this week with respect to cryptocurrency as far as regulations go. A lot of positive stuff. And if you follow crypto, you'll see the markets are way up right now and still moving up. But back to the stimulus check. Do you think, Mo, that this is just something that, and I think I know your answer to this, do you think this is just something that just kind of is a little bit of a safety net for people that extends it out a bit, extends the pain, to a later time? They're going to have to keep doing this, in other words, unless the coronavirus goes away?
I think that's exactly what it is, Charles. I think that's exactly what it is. And it is something it's almost like a Band-Aid. We're not really addressing the wound, but we're just kind of covering it up, trying to stop the bleeding for right now. So that's how I look at this stimulus package. We're trying to stop the bleeding, give people money, allow them to pay bills that need to get paid, take care of necessities that need to be taken care of. And later down the line, we'll see if we need to give you another one. Like they waited to the 11th hour, almost.
Right.
I think the previous bill, the CARES Act, is over with this week, I believe. This is the last full week of the CARES Act. So they waited to the 11th hour in order to kind of figure out what to do next. And I think that'll be the same thing moving forward.
Mm-hmm. And because as I understand it, the Republican Party did not want to give another stimulus check.
Right.
They wanted to just, that's why there's such a rush to just put everybody back into work, even though we've had coronavirus numbers spiking again, get all the kids in school. One thing I don't understand is that if the virus is bad enough where you can let, criminals out of jail, then it's not bad enough to keep our children home from school.
That's crazy.
Perplexing.
Bro. But we see the mindset of this government. They're thinking if the kids are back in school, there's no reason for the parents not to get back to work. So, we see the mindset, and it's dangerous. It is dangerous. But we kind of get an idea of how this government was working when they first got in anyway. So it's all about money. It's all about the dollar. And that's what they're giving with this package. They're giving the dollar out because they know that'll make people happy. Cash is king. Cash is king.
Always has been. That's right. Well, just on a final few notes, we're not going to make this one too long. Just a quick update on the stimulus package. But on a final couple notes, I'd like to know, what ideas do you think, people can come up with if they're not hurting, if they still have a job and they get this, this small windfall of cash? What are some of the things they could do with it, Mo? We're BMBA Investment Group, Boss Moves with Business Acumen, aka Boss Moves if you're talking about the podcast. But we got BMBA investing.com. Right. What would people like us potentially do with an extra, let's say you're married, an extra $2,400?
Now, like you said, if you're not hurting, this would be a good time to either pay down debt. I have to keep it real with people. It's not always about investing, but if you can still make money by decreasing your debt. You can still have more money by decreasing your debt.
Pocket.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah, in your pocket. So if you can pay off your debt, high interest, high statement debt faster, do it. But if another way to be able to do that is just to invest. And we know with this package and the amount of money that they're giving, it's a good way to put a down payment on a property. I mean, there's going to be some foreclosures. Unfortunately, there's going to be some foreclosures coming around with the second wave that happens in the first wave. The same thing happened. And there's foreclosures that are still kind of going on right now. So that would be a good way to kind of make that money work for you. What about yourself, Charles? What do you think, Charles?
I'm right there with you, man. That's a great point about debt, especially something like credit card debt, because if you have a several $1,000 balance on a credit cards, for example, and you pay it down a couple $1,000, you're gonna put some money back in your pocket. You're gonna put a nice little chunk back in your pocket in interest that you're paying every month. You can do something with that toward investing or saving.
Right.
And as we know, what we do and what everyone should be doing, if you're saving to invest. You're not just saving to save. Okay? Because as the dollar inflates and becomes of less and less value, you just putting money under the mattress is going to hurt you in the long run. So you're saving to invest. But something I would do, I'd probably get creative with it. You know, look for something out of the box, perhaps. You know, maybe the stock market is looking really good right now.
That's true.
You know, try your hand at that.
That's
Maybe
true.
some options. We were talking about options earlier. If you're educated on that, if you're not, you know, bmbainvesting.com. Get with us. We can talk to you a little bit about it. But we're not financial advisors. We can just give you a little bit of education. Um,
That's right. That's right.
you know, look into some cryptocurrency. You know, my favorite thing to talk about. Or save to invest. Save to invest in something larger. If you have a goal, then you know, put it away in some interest-bearing account until you get to the amount where you can pay a down payment on, you know, maybe a little property or maybe a truck to start a business, or maybe, you know, anything that you've been looking for right now. But pay
Right.
yourself first. I will say
Right.
that.
Definitely. And you know, we know the worst thing you can do is just hold on to the money, put it under your mattress. We know that's the worst thing. Your money is not making any money. It's actually losing money, right? You put it
Absolutely.
into a bank. Say it's a bank of such and such. We're not going to give any banks out there. They're not paying us. So
That's right.
bank such and such, you're going to make your interest, but it's only what, 0.0001%. If that,
Whatever
you
it
know,
is, it's lower. It's
it's
lower
low.
right now.
It's
They've
low.
lowered all of the percent the
Yeah.
APRs right now. So
It's ridiculously low. So, I mean, if you could find you a good high interest savings account, maybe
or a CD, certificate of deposit somewhere.
CDs are
That's,
good.
that's from back in the day. I hadn't heard
Yeah.
nobody say CD in about 20 years.
But I'm sorry, I'm losing track of my thoughts. But if you can find you a high interest savings account, that's pretty much the bottom line. A high interest savings account to put your money into. That would probably be the best thing if you're just trying to sit on it to stack. Sit on it to stack.
Hmm.
Best place to sit on the stack, stock market. You know, get your ETF, get your strong ETF, S&P. Uh, just for the record, you know, these aren't, you know, anything legal that has to do with our
No
with our
financial advice
suggestions. That's
is
right.
being given.
That's right.
We're not financial
We're not
advisors.
financial advisors.
Absolutely.
We're just going off of what we do. We're going off of what we've read, who we know, and what they do. So, and what's been working for them and us. And those are
That's
the things
right.
that have been working. So,
But don't go out and buy no Gucci belt, no Louis Vuitton glasses. I'm gonna tell you what not to do with that. Don't do none of that. You can support some black businesses, get you a couple wares, you know, pay yourself first, make yourself feel good, but keep your budget. Keep your
yeah,
budget. I'm gonna tell you that's all I'll say. Have a budget, stick to
I agree. Totally agree with that.
it. Well, with that said, man, I think we're gonna end this one. This has just been a quick update from Boss Moves about this new stimulus. I know everyone's clamoring to figure out if it's coming. We got the biz. It is coming. They're going to announce everything on Monday. And, you know, we just wanted to be one of the first to let you know and give you a little bit of insight as to, you know, where that should go and what we're going to possibly do with it. And you might want to do the same thing. But until next time, Boss Moves with business acumen.
We out.
We out. Peace.